So guys, this is one of my projects. Became a project. This is my mom's car. I was driving it and it ended up hitting a deer, and now instead of letting the insurance company take it, this car is actually in very good shape. They did deem it a total loss, so we went through and we bought it back from the insurance company. We got a salvage title for it. So I'm going to talk about rebuilding this thing. Right now off the bat, we know the car runs good, but it is not running. It is, but it isn't. Okay, there we go. Just start it up. As you guys can hear, it's barely running. Give it throttle, it takes it, it hangs, then it drops back down, and it's wanting to die, as you guys can see. So it's barely running. Now the car was running good before the deer hit. Now I'll show you guys why it's doing what it's doing. When it hit the deer, okay, the radiator, condenser, everything got pushed back, as you guys can see. The apron is pushed back here, and when it all got pushed back, it actually cracked the intake down in there. So with the car running, it's got a massive intake leak. So the intake is broke. The throttle, as you guys can see, is getting hung up here. You can see of course the condenser is bad. Everything else that's up here is bad. The fans are probably broke too, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys how to fix it. So it's gonna be a work in progress, so it's gonna be a slow update on it, but this is what happens when you hit a deer with a Scion XB doing like 50. So alright guys, I went ahead and just pulled this headlight out. The mounting brackets are all broke and the bolts were broke, so the headlight itself was loose. So what I did there is I just disconnected the 2 wires for the headlight and just pulled that out, so then I can have some access in here so I can try to get the rest of this off. I got looking at it, I noticed this side was already loose here, so I just popped this back so I can see. So apparently the headlight also holds the bumper cover in. So now the next thing I'm going to do before I do anything more is I'm going to go ahead and get my socket here. I think it's a 10 mil. It's either an 8 or a 10. I'm going to go ahead and there's a bolt down here. Go ahead and get that bolt out. Does appear to be actually was loose. So you guys can see it is a 10 mil. So we're gonna go ahead and get the rest of them out from the bottom of it. There'll be a couple throughout, sorry guys, I'm trying to lay down and not get pricked by stuff. I got these little prickly seed pods here that when you lean on, they're prickly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this camera where I can show you guys. Go ahead and take my ratchet and go get that one off, that one off. There's some along the bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get them all off, so then I can go through and get them all off on that, like I was saying. Get the bottom one here off, get this one off here, and try to get this bumper cover off so we can really see what's behind here. Because what I'm hoping to actually save this bumper cover, because I really want to try, let me set some screws down. What I want to try to do is you can buy these things called hot staples, okay? And it's basically like a big soldering gun that's like in the squiggly lines, and it heats it up and you can push it into the plastic. So I'm hoping to save this and go through and maybe try to rebuild this bumper cover some. So I just got that tab's ripped a little bit, so the bolt goes there, that bolt goes there to hold it on. There's probably a plastic pushing tab that goes there. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to save this and see if maybe I can fix this thing. So you guys can see it is pretty well busted up, but I want to try to rebuild it for the fun of it to see if I can do it. So, but be back with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and take these bolts off, get this off. You guys don't need to see how to do it. It's pretty simple. You just take the screws out the bottom and you can pop this side off, because you got a tab there on each side, and you do that, then you pop the cover off. pull off. So get them all out, just kind of pop it there and pop it from the fender liner, and you should just be able to pull your cover off. Looks like I missed a screw right here. One right there and one right there. So there's 2 screws up under the front valance that you got to get that I missed. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get them off real quick, so that way I can finish pulling this cover off. Okay guys, now I got them 2 bolts out. Now let's see if I can pull this bumper cover off. See, so you guys can see me, I'm going to pull this nice fine bumper cover off this. So, there we go. So we got the bumper cover off. So now we can go ahead and assess what's really broke. We got a better view, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that. Okay, so now we got a better view of what's actually broke. So we got this little air dam, which is broke. You guys can see here the upper apron is pushed back. You can see where it's pushed back, where it's starting to pull the spot welds on this side. Surprisingly, this door actually opens good, even though how messed up this side is. You can see here how this upper support is pushed back. It's actually starting to rip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to pull this broken piece off there so we can get that off. Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull this headlight out. I'm going to undo the bolts for that. I'm actually going to go ahead and undo these bolts here for this headlight, undo these, get them bolts out because they don't actually do anything. So I'm going to get them out of the way, put them in a bag and label the bag so I know what it is, and get this headlight out of the way so I can get in there and see if there's anything else, let's say back in here, that's damaged, because this side actually works pretty good. The door still opens and closes fine. So the gap's a little bit tight up here. You can see where it looks like it rubbed a little bit maybe there. So I know I got an issue on this side though. So you can see how the gap is here. There is no gap. So before I really try to do much more, I'm gonna just go ahead and pull this headlight out, and I'm gonna do this the easiest way I could think to do it. It's going to be, because I moved the car so I can do this, I'm gonna have it hooked up to that tree so I can pull forward. And since I happen to have another tree close by, I'm gonna hook up a chain to that tree. I'm gonna hook up to the back of the car to keep the car from going forward. I might move the car back closer to the other tree and do this. While you guys are doing this pulling and taking off the stuff, it is recommended to have the battery disconnected. The other thing I'm gonna probably do, I don't know, I might take this bottle out when I get the headlight out just to give me some more room so I don't break it. I might leave it. I want to see how much room I got. So I'm going to go ahead and get this headlight out, the other headlight out, and brackets, and my pile of screws from the bumper cover there. I'm going to go ahead and take one of them bags. I'm going to put them in a bag and label them. And I'm going to take, because with labeling this stuff, you know what the screws came from. And I'm going to take and set the bag of screws where I can find them in the back of the car here. And I'm gonna add some more stuff to my list of stuff that I need, like headlights and all that stuff. So that way I could try to figure out what really I do need to order. So I'm gonna go get a piece of paper and start making a list up so that I don't try to remember it, because I will forget things. So I'll be back in a few minutes.